Crack-Lackin' J-Fam. Today I'm unboxing a new lens for my Sony full-frame camera. And I'm super excited because this camera lens is very special in the fact that it does super wide angles, and I'm super excited. So I'm just gonna get to the unboxing part so I can show you what the lens looks like, and yeah. Okay, this is the wrapping paper that they use looks so weird. It's like, it has all these like holes in it. Fancy. Oh my gosh. This is the lens hood for the camera. The thread of this camera lens, since it's so wide, is 72 millimeters, and in comparison, this is a 50 millimeter thread, and this is already big, and this is how big the lens is gonna be. I'm kind of nervous because I don't know if I want a huge lens. Hopefully it's not too, oh, it's kind of heavy. So I'd assume this is the lens since that was the lens cap. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this thing is enormous. Look at that glass. Oh my gosh, this lens is so freaking huge. This is so massive. In comparison, this is a crop sensor lens. It is a 16 to 70 millimeter lens, so similar focal ranges, except this one is larger because it's meant for full frame cameras. I've explained this in other videos, it's a big thing, but yeah, look how much bigger this lens is compared to this lens, and this lens zooms in even more. It's crazy, they're the same Zeiss glass, but this one's crazy, and it also extends a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. And it's smooth, too. Fancy. Okay, I need to get this on my camera, and I want to get some test photos and test videos. Unfortunately, this will not be a complete review, but you'll be able to check out my other channel, James Moreland, where I do photography videos. I will have a full review as well as some test photos and test videos. This lens is great because it does some really cool things very well. So it's great at wide angles, and you can also bring it into 32 millimeters, which is a pretty good range. But it's great for real estate photos because you're able to take a photo of an entire room with one shot, so it's really great for that. It makes things look bigger. It's also great at taking photos inside of cars because you're able to get the whole interior of it. Even though it's a small little space, you're able to make it look huge. And also the outside of cars too. That's mainly why I got this lens, because that's what it's meant to do. And it's also great at architecture photos and other commercial things. It's not the best for portraits, but that's why I have my 50 millimeter lens, because this one's great at it. It's at a constant aperture of f4. That's great for video, but not the best for low light. Although I feel like the A7 Mark III will be able to compete with the low light and help out with this lens. I did have some dust on the sensor of my camera earlier, and I was freaking out because I just got this camera, and I guess it must have happened when I was changing the lens during a photo shoot. But I'm going to put this lens on the camera right now. And this is what the inside of the glass looks like. It's a lot wider. Ooh. Ooh, it's heavy. I'm sorry, I'm wearing like all black, so you can't really see it, but it is enormous. It is so huge. So there's two versions of this lens. They have the f4 version and also the f2.8. The f2 version is better at low light. However, it is a G Master lens, and those lenses are super expensive, like $2,000, sometimes even like $3,000. So those are very expensive. So I did go with this, even though it is Zeiss glass, and that's super great. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it on. I don't know if I have an SD card in here. I'm going to get one. Stay there. Okay, so first time ever taking any photo or video with this. I'm gonna increase the exposure a little bit, but 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Oh, yo, is this? Hopefully you can see me. I mean, you should be able to see me. It's super wide. Dang, this is what a wide-angle full-frame lens looks like. It is so crazy. Like, look, you can get the entire room. Wow. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. So there are so many different uses for this lens. I don't really know if I'm going to be doing videos with it. I mean, it is very great at autofocus. I might do some sit-down videos with it when I can use my external monitor so I can see myself. This lens also has optical image stabilization, so the camera is stabilized inside, but the lens is also stabilized, so I'll be able to get some super smooth footage. Even if I'm just holding it with my hand and I don't have a tripod or a gimbal or anything like that, it'll still look super smooth. And now I can put on the lens hood. These things are great for protecting it just when you're using the lens because you won't knock it into anything. Also, it's great for preventing lens flares when they're unnecessary. This thing is so massive. I also ordered an ND filter because when I'm using this lens for car photography, it'll prevent glare. And that's really cool. But oh my gosh, look at this lens. That is crazy. The amount of glass in this thing, it's so heavy too. I'm gonna get a scale and I'm gonna measure this so you can see how heavy this entire setup is with the lens. I mean, when I'm using both hands, I mean, yeah, the weight will make it a little bit more stable, but this boy is fairly heavy. Oh my gosh, I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, so I have my scale, and it is not meant to weigh drugs. It's actually meant for weighing packages when I ship things on eBay. I want to measure the weight of the camera and the lens together. If you have an extended battery grip, of course that'll add more weight, but yeah, okay. 42.2 ounces, and in pounds, 16 pounds. like 3-ish pounds. Let's get just the lens. I want to test that. Okay, so now just the weight of the lens. It is 19.9 ounces. So yeah, the camera does add weight, and then this just makes it a little bit heavier. So crazy. Alright, so I'm going to be finding the cheapest link for this lens so you can pick it up. If you want some more sample footage, again, make sure you check out my vlog channel, which I do most of my photography stuff on. That'll be linked down below and also an iCard. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my photography Instagram, my personal Instagram. Links down below at James Moreland. I'll see you in the next one.